In November 2018, a young American missionary swam from a fishing boat to a remote beach in the Indian Ocean, where he was tragically killed by indigenous islanders wielding bows and arrows. This mysterious tribe, known as the Sentinelese, has lived in complete isolation for thousands of years, fiercely protecting their land from outsiders. The island in mention, North Sentinel Island. Shrouded in dense forest and surrounded by treacherous coral reefs, it remains one of the most enigmatic and inaccessible places on Earth. But why is this area so isolated? Well, let's find out. North Sentinel Island lies in the Bay of Bengal, an expansive body of water bordered by India to the west, Myanmar to the north, and Thailand to the east. This island is part of the Andaman Islands, an archipelago that is an Indian Union territory. It's relatively small, covering an area of approximately 60 square kilometers or about 23 square miles. Despite its size, the island is densely forested, making it appear much larger and more impenetrable from the above. The thick forest cover provides a natural barrier to the island's long-standing isolation from the outside world. The island's terrain is rugged, with no natural harbors, further discouraging external visitors and maintaining the isolation of the indigenous Sentinelese tribe. The island's surrounding waters are marked by sharp coral reefs, which pose significant navigational hazards and have caused numerous shipwrecks over the years. These reefs are another natural defense, making it difficult for boats to approach the island safely. When it comes to the population, it's estimated to be between 100 and 500 individuals. The exact number remains uncertain because the inhabitants have consistently rejected all attempts at contact. Researchers and anthropologists have tried to observe and estimate their numbers from a distance, but the dense forest cover and the tribe's secretive nature make precise counts difficult. Despite these challenges, most estimates suggest a small, tight-knit community that has remained remarkably resilient over the centuries. The Sentinelese language is another barrier to this mysterious tribe. It is completely unknown and untranslatable to outsiders. This linguistic isolation is a direct result of their long-term separation from other human populations. The Sentinelese have shown no interest in communicating with those who attempt to reach their shores, making it impossible for linguists to study or understand a language. This isolation also means that their language has likely remained unchanged for generations, preserving a unique linguistic heritage. The Sentinelese people have lived in isolation for approximately 60,000 years, making them one of the most enigmatic tribes on the planet. This prolonged isolation has resulted from their geography and their deliberate efforts to avoid contact with the outside world. The challenging terrain, combined with the tribe's well-documented hostility towards intruders, had ensured their way of life remains undisturbed. Early attempts at contact, particularly by the British in the late 19th century, ended disastrously. In 1880, a British expedition led by Maurice Vidal-Portman kidnapped several Sentinelese individuals, including an elderly couple and 4 children. The intention was to study them and eventually return them with gifts to foster friendly relations. However, the plan backfired when the kidnapped individuals quickly fell ill and the elderly couple died. The surviving children were returned to the island with gifts, but the experience undoubtedly left a lasting impression on the tribe regarding the dangers posed by outsiders. The British colonial administration's attempt to establish control over the island ultimately proved futile, as the Sentinelese remained unyielding in their desire to be left alone. In 1967, the Indian government made a significant attempt to establish contact with the Sentinelese tribe. The effort was part of a broader initiative to reach out to indigenous groups within the Andaman Islands. However, the Sentinelese were not receptive to these ventures. When the government representatives approached, the tribe retreated into the dense jungle, avoiding any interaction. This reaction was an early indication of the Sentinelese strong preference for isolation and their instinctive response to potential threats. Between 1974 and 2006, various groups, including anthropologists, researchers, and media organizations such as National Geographic, made numerous attempts to connect with the Sentinelese. Each of these efforts was met with clear hostility. The tribe consistently defended their territory with bows and arrows, making it evident that they did not welcome outsiders. These interactions reinforce Sentinelese reputation for fierce independence and their determination to protect their way of life. In 2006, a tragic incident highlighted the dangers of approaching North Sentinel Island. Two Indian fishermen, Sundaraj and Pandit Tiwari, were fishing illegally near the island when their boat's anchor failed during the night. The strong currents carried the boat closer to the island's forbidden shores. Unaware of the imminent danger, the fishermen drifted into the territory fiercely guarded by the Sentinelese tribe. As soon as they were discovered, the Sentinelese attacked, killing both men. Attempts by the Indian Coast Guard to recover the bodies were thwarted by the tribe, who shot arrows at the approaching helicopters. Another significant and widely publicized incident occurred in 2018. John Allen Chow, a 26-year-old American missionary, made a deliberate and illegal attempt to contact the Sentinelese with the aim of converting them to Christianity. Chow paid local fishermen to take him close to the island, circumventing the strict regulations prohibiting access. On his first attempt to make contact, Chow faced a hostile reception. Undeterred, he made several more attempts over the following days. His final approach proved fatal as he was killed by the Sentinelese shortly after reaching the shore. The Indian authorities faced challenges in retrieving his body, as any approach to the island was met with the same defensive hostility that had prevented the recovery of the fishermen's bodies in 2006. These repeated attempts at contact and the consistent defensive responses from the Sentinelese have led to a significant shift in policy. You see, the Indian government has implemented stringent legal protections to preserve the isolation of the Sentinelese tribe and safeguard the way of life. Recognizing the extreme vulnerability of the Sentinelese to external diseases and the importance of respecting their desire for isolation, the government has put in place several measures to prevent contact with the outside world. One of the primary legal protections is the prohibition of travel to North Sentinel Island. This law restricts anyone from approaching the island closer than 5 nautical miles. This buffer zone is crucial in preventing accidental or intentional incursions onto the island, thereby minimizing the risk of disease transmission and maintaining the tribe's isolation. The Sentinelese have no immunity to common diseases, and contact with outsiders could lead to devastating outbreaks, potentially threatening their survival. The travel prohibition is a preventive measure designed to protect both the Sentinelese and outsiders from dangerous encounters. Enforcement of these laws is taken very seriously. The Indian Navy regularly patrols the waters around North Sentinel Island to ensure that no approach zone is respected. These patrols deter potential trespassers, providing a visible and authoritative presence that underscores the importance of the isolation policy. The Navy's patrols are crucial in maintaining the integrity of the protective measures and preventing the unauthorized access to the island. In addition to enforcing the no-approach zone, the Indian government has adopted a hands-off policy regarding the Sentinelese defense of their territory. The government does not prosecute the Sentinelese for actions taken to defend their isolation. This policy acknowledges the tribe's right to protect the land and way of life by any means necessary. Historical incidents where the Sentinelese have used force against intruders, such as killing a fisherman in 2006 and the American missionary in 2018, are viewed through the lens of self-defense. The government recognizes that these actions are a manifestation of the tribe's determination to remain isolated and does not intervene legally against them. Today, they live a lifestyle that has remained largely unchanged for thousands of years. Their living conditions and daily activities are adapted perfectly to their environment, reflecting a deep knowledge of their natural surroundings and a robust self-sufficiency. They construct their homes using materials readily available in their environment. They live in huts made primarily of palm leaves, which are abundant on the island. These huts mainly provide shelter from the elements. There are also some large structures which are thought to be communal dwellings that house multiple families. As hunter-gatherers, the Sentinelese rely on the rich natural resources of North Sentinel Island. Their diet consists of wild fruits and tubers, which they gather from the forest. They also collect eggs from seagulls and turtles, adding protein to their diet. Small game such as wild pigs and birds are hunted using bows and arrows. Despite their isolation, the Sentinelese make use of metal tools and weapons, often scavenged from shipwrecks that wash up on the shores. They have demonstrated remarkable ingenuity in repurposing these materials. Iron is particularly valued and is used to tip their arrows, spears, and knives. The Sentinelese craft different types of arrowheads for various purposes, such as hunting, fishing, and defense, showcasing their sophisticated tool-making skills. Their isolation has preserved their unique way of life, free from influences of modern civilization. The living conditions and lifestyle are a direct reflection of their environment, culture, and unwavering determination to maintain their independence. This self-sufficient, harmonious existence underscores the resilience and adaptability of the Sentinelese people, making them one of the most intriguing and resilient indigenous communities in the world. In 2004, a massive tsunami struck the Indian Ocean region, causing widespread devastation. North Sentinel Island was not spared from the impact, as the tsunami altered the coastline and coral reefs surrounding the island. Despite the severity of the event, the Sentinelese demonstrated remarkable resilience. Observations made shortly after the tsunami revealed that the tribe had survived a natural disaster. Helicopter surveys conducted by the Indian government noted that the Sentinelese were healthy and continued their lives as usual, even responding to the helicopters with their characteristic hostility by shooting arrows. The Sentinelese survival in the face of such a catastrophic event highlights their deep understanding of their environment and their ability to adapt to natural challenges. Their continued existence post-tsunami underscores the robustness of their traditional knowledge and practices, enabling them to thrive in isolation for thousands of years. So now, what do you think about this indigenous tribe? Do you think there should be more attempts to take civilization to the region? Comment below with your thoughts, and please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell to our channel for more intriguing videos like this one.